Yeah, it's Pokemon Go Community Day event for May 2026 featuring LeChonk, a chunky little muddy face pig. I was trying to remember. It's like, what was I over here for? I can walk around over here real quick. ah, my screen is a bit adjusted. I keep forgetting to get those frames up and done. So that way it will be above the screen area. I hate trying to guess where some of the areas are when doing the quote play on some Pokemon because some of them seem like you have to be at a specific tiny itty bitty spot. Okay, as usual though, this is a mobile video though, stream and so forth though. So randomness will occur though, including lagging and loud noise from random people driving their cars and whatnot. I don't know if I can see my clock on there. So bright. I don't know why on some apps though the clock on certain mobile devices can be easily seen and other times they don't. And some will auto adjust accordingly. Like if it's like really bright background though, it'll change to a dark background. Not background, text. Right now my signal strength is a little in the red to orange there, so just a heads up this randomly cuts. Hopefully it can last at least 10 minutes though. Wait, back up. I thought I had like two pigs in one here. Oh, I did have two pigs. It's a rare dual-sided pig over here. And you thought Girafarig was weird though, with two heads there, facing different directions. You got like the fact there is no collision in this game though, so you can get some weirdness like this. I mean, there's some minor collision though, but that's if you get near the buildings. And and for some reason my screenshot button's not coming up. Okay, I'm gonna have to do the ye old fashioned way. Movie dumb volcano Pokemon. Where? Okay, hopefully I don't turn it off. There it goes. Samsung, bring back the screenshot button. Because right here on the very bottom, so I can bring this up real quick. Can I bring it up? I hate when I'm trying to move the screen. It does not do it all the time. Yeah, right down in the very lower left corner, next to the three bars. If you're on a game of some kind, usually though, it's supposed to have whatever you set that spot for, which is usually the screenshot button though, because they used to have a floating one you can drag around. They removed that like early last year. And there were rare occasions, though, like right now, in which it completely disappears. And I could just exit out of this, though, and then bring it back. Let's see if I can. No. Oh, that's going to be fun, though. I want to try to bring the other pig over here. Oops. There we go. See, I was not seeing things, though. Oh, yeah. Also, we're doing community events, though, and I know some people who live in rural areas and areas that they can't really get many, though. But if you also have it, though, as a reminder whenever I do some of these, though, unless I forget, though, that my things still won't come up. If you have the origin form Palkia though, with the ability of Space Wind though, you can use that to expand your range. Spatial Wind, not Space Wind. Well, same difference. I will double it though, so you can get some more mons to appear. I know with those that have more spawn rates though, because they're in the cities and such, will definitely In this case, bring up a whole farm. Oh yeah, I forgot to do something else. So also, if you have a compatible Mega Pokemon, then be sure to do that so you can get some more candy that way. LeChonk is normal, right? I'll just do this one. I get it though that it was supposed to be in relation to pigs finding truffles and everything else over there though, but all they did is just made a basically a pig with a muddy face. And shiny form, I mean, it's just a pig. Look at these little piggies over. Oh yeah. Okay, I need to go and do the thing though. Where are you? I'm gonna be like glancing this 100 times. I'm gonna be like, it's hiding from your face. Is my bird the only normal type that I have? No, this Kangaskhan. Okay. Rawr. I swear, this Kangaskhan's pouch is so loose. I guess you could say that. So one of the baby doesn't fall out more often. Welcome on, company. When are you gonna make the male version? I don't think these particular Pokemon can self-reproduce, but since there's no male equivalent, I know there's people with fan art that show this. Hmm. I kind of want to summon that to the field there, so let's see. Where are you at? I lost it already. I'll just do it this way. Oh wait, back up. Wait. One, two. Where is it? I lost it. There, it's in front of my face. Well, you did. I just had the baby quickly grow up there and just leave. Oh, but when it's done though, it's a baby again. It will never leave your sight. Well, like I was saying, like, yeah, okay, Junior, you can go and get some next. Boink. So if I turn this on, will it be heard? Look at this loud mini desk fan though, a USB fan though. Yeah, do some WD-40 or something though, so you might hear it. Look, it was like three little pigs over there. Error. Boink. It's always kind of funny though. Look at some of these Pokemon, the way they move around on the map. Just to think though, before they had more Pokemon that could be visibly seen traveling alongside with you on the overworld, so to speak. Though only a few select ones were. I know the first one basically is what was it? Not counting the default generic Pokemon that would basically be a stand-in in the red and blue and green. Those are just basically NPCs that just pace back and forth. But I know they still move. But I think the first one, of course, would have been Pikachu with Pokemon Yellow. And then later on, though, they would have to select a group of Pokemon that you were able to choose from though to wow that hot bad stats. Where it would travel along with you in one of the oh I forgot which version it was. Was it Ruby Sapphire? It was one of the remakes. Anyways, they would travel alongside with you though in the selected area of a city. Uh, oh, that's how it does it. Okay, I never noticed that though because I never really had it as a buddy. At least I don't think I did. Can you do that? Can you pick a little junior up again? Dun, dun, dun. There you go. Yay! You take too long. Get up here. Kangaskhan, Khan, but your pouch is big enough for Junior to climb back in. I mean, if you look at actual real kangaroos, though, some of those young Joeys there look like they should be able to be on their own, but it's like, nah, I'm going back in. Oh, come on. Now somebody just showing off shinies. Wait. Wait. Did somebody have like Mr. and Mrs. Jones? Either it's the same person, though, with different accounts there, or. But I looked yesterday on the tower there, not even about 12 hours ago. There was no red team. Munch, 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 munch. Munch, munch. Still wish there was some updates though for Wind and Wave, but so far nothing. Munch, 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 munch. There are a few more Mega Evolutions making their way though, including Mega Phalanx from Pokemon ZA. I would say that's kind of fast for them to have it though, but the thing is though, the faster they had introduced a new Mega Evolution though within the same time frame that the game that they first appear in was. In this case, would be Pokemon ZA, in which Mega Malamar and Mega Victreebel made their debut in Pokemon Go. What was it, 2 months ago now? Mega Phalanx is an interesting one though because it's basically the little soldier characters doing the interpretation of a Voltron mech team up type thing there, with of course the leader being the head. But in this case, since they're the individual characters themselves and not somebody in a mech uh, bot of some kind, though, it reminds me of those cartoons. I guess you can see even Family Guy though, where they just form the quote bigger entity though, but they're still individuals. I'm not talking about like they merge, melt, or some weird creepy stuff. They're just there holding on to each other. Like I'll hold on to your arm, and now I know why some people really don't like or care much for the calendar down here. And you can see with my little marker, it's a little dot moving back and forth. But at least it's helpful though, as it's showing what day it is though, because it actually changes accordingly. I should have mentioned that the first time I mentioned it. I know some people just tend to forget there, and sometimes in some games, programs, apps, or whatever, though, they tend to have these static type of calendars. Well, just the default of day 1 or day 30 or whatever, though, even if it's a month that has more or less than 30 days. What else? What page? Take a picture, win a raid, throw berries at them, walk around. You walk around. You crazy. I walked around yesterday. That should be good enough. Better go clean some of these. Will this count as a wild? I guess one way to find out. Okay, not what it. Well, at least I can throw it away. Yeah. Not left-handed though, but that works. I mean, I could do what some people did a few years ago or so, where they would have this little plastic piece they could put over their screen and just use it to help them with their aiming. What's the fun in that? No, Spatial Run is about to expire. Wait, back up, back up, back up, back up. Okay, I got enough candy. Okay, good. Back up, I say. And it's only 5 candy per. I kind of wish it was like a skip. And sometimes, like I do mention though, that this can stack up though. I forgot how much. I think a total of 20 or 30 minutes though is the max limit for stacking up the space rend. But because it is a field ability though, for those that did not know though, you can only have one field ability active at all time. At one at all times. Yeah, okay. Wow, really? I wonder how many people have not figured out though that if you hold down on your character select screen while in a basically selection screen like this though, that you can actually see what could be beneficial to certain characters. In PvP, while you can still do that though, it won't say effective or not effective or super effective though. It will still show you your basic stats there. I throw dirt in your face. I mean mud. On magnitude. Also, a reminder though that even after the community event for a specific Pokemon is over, though, if you have an elite TM and such for charged or fast, though, you can still use that. But the elite ones, though, do come very sparsely, though, even if you spend money to get some from various events. The only, I guess, beneficial thing coming out of community days nowadays, especially since last year, I think it was last year they also changed that. Because last year was the last year in which they would have researches though, where it would last for approximately a little over a week, in which you can get Ooh, you can get that too there, in which you can get a background Pokemon there, increased chance of shiny though. If you do the research though, the week long though, you will almost always get one with the background. But they changed it a few months ago to which, to where they don't do researches anymore though. Now the increase rate for shinies is still kind of there. I'm not sure if it's the same percentage or not, which is still bad depending on your luck. But if you want any Pokemon with a special background for the event though, good luck on finding it though. I mean, I just captured like 20 now there and no background. So while you can get the specialized fast or charged attack, so at any time if you have an elite though, the only way to get these special backgrounds is if you now go after the wild ones. Not the wild ones. You know. Hey, somebody threw some over here. Oh, Evelyn. I'm just gonna keep following these two. Come on. Really? You picked up Junior over here to just run like 5 feet? I don't know, maybe there's something on the ground I couldn't see. I wonder how they run if you're like, running or in a car or whatever. Hopefully not driving while looking at it though. I'm pretty sure there is a site somewhere though where they show the different animations for them on Pokemon Go. And because I don't have any of the later or the latest mainline games though, since they do have more animations for them though, I don't know how they are in comparison to Pokemon Go. If they are ripped from there or they have some unique, slightly different animations. Some are funny though to see though, especially like Magikarp just flopping at you. You're like with somebody in a car, of course. I'm not gonna say you are the driver though, because you're not supposed to be doing that though. But imagine you're in a car there, passenger, and you just have your your buddy Pokemon being Magikarp, and you're doing like quite a decent speed there. All you can see is this flopping fish coming after you. Fish should be dead, not because it's out of water though, but it's mostly on land. Run this way! Run away! Run away! Don't go there! Yeah. Oh, that's the little celebration. Yay! I'm so glad it's not to scale because I think they're supposed to be like 9 feet tall. I know in the anime they make him look like really tall giant creatures though. Some people already have a bad enough experience though with normal average kangaroos though, but those that basically tower even the tallest person. Yeesh. I will look it up right now though, but I'm not going to risk my program crashing on me though because it's a little iffy though. I don't have the awesomest $1,000+ computer there. I have one that I mean it was close to $1,000, but it's not those near high end computers though. So I can't exactly open Windows there and not have issues. Hmm. Why do you keep giving me a Turnus? Just a coffin. It's just a cotton fluff. Wait, do I even have a coffin? Speaking of, I would type it up though, but because my keyboard doesn't come up for some reason whenever I do this, so it mostly does not come up when I'm on games. But if I'm doing something else there, streaming, it does come up. Go figure. I wish a campfire app though has it to where you can do the max raids though, because the only raids you could really do is just normal raids, and I don't even think you can do shadow raids. So technically, you could find somebody to invite, but you can't sign up for those particular ones, or like you would with normal raids. And then, oh, there it is. I thought it flew off or drifted off, whatever. Eh. And I know my sound disappeared too, though. I don't know what's with the issue on that. I already know I'm going to pretty much one shot it, so I'll just take advantage of this. Fireball. Still want to get the other G Max ones available. No! Ah. I can try to aim it though, but it seems like it always goes off to the side. Right now, as I just recording though, there is a limited timed research show for certain things. So like whether hatching Pokemon, capturing Pokemon, or just doing researches. Of course, I picked the one that had to do with the throwing. Yep, all I see is the one that went and jabbed Brock every time he tried to uh, hang out with the girls. Yeah, let's go with that. Are you even good? Ah, you're decent. Ah, there's a little piggy. What's that? I feel like even if I started at 2 o'clock p.m. local time though, until the ending of it, well, the first half of it, I guess you can call it though, until 5 o'clock p.m. local, I still won't be lucky enough though to find a shine. I lost it. Where'd it go? There it is. I wish I could give you more candy if you expanded already though. Yeah, I got 10 minutes and 3 seconds so and then it expired. God. Slowpoke. Anyways, so here's what I have to do the next 2 days though. You think it'd be easy though, but I've been mostly getting no, I've been mostly getting those with a small target circle there, basically. And I don't mean because the circle was small. I meant like the small Pokemon in general. I mean, technically, that still means that the Pokemon are small as well as a circle, but still, we need some more larger Pokemon. They're like, I don't know, Ursa Ring or something like that. That would work, right? I was almost done with the Team Rocket one they had last week, though, and I ran out of time. Only because a certain Team Rocket leader, not leader, but ouch, one of the three, I should say, though, was it Cliff? He rarely showed up. I get the other two, and I'm like, "Where's Mister Dab over there?" Because it seemed like it seemed like that's how he comes in doing a dab. I was like, "Where is he at?" Let's say, for example, if I did 10 of those trackers, though, more than likely I'll get the other two. I'm thinking, okay, fine, don't appear. Probably a dance class or something. I don't know what he does. Got that done. Okay, well, if I forget, no, I'm not. Nope. I hate when that appears in a way. Anyways, if anybody wants to add me, though, more than welcome to, though, depending on if I ever get that part in these passes, though, to where it allows me to give and receive more gifts, though. So, yeah, might be a limitation over there, though. Obviously, play every day, except for maybe the occasional forget to play the one time a day, though. And be like, wait, did I play yesterday? Oh, no, I didn't, though. I mean, that's one good thing about the tracker that Samsung has, though, for the gaming such. Oh, look at this. Cute. On the Samsung Gaming Hub or wherever they keep changing it to, though, at least it shows me the time spent playing on it and such. So I can go and see about that, though. That's right here. Had that thing on. I just want to have more for Pocopia over here. I was misled. Yeah, these character ones rarely come up, though. Ooh, I forgot this. Ow. I forgot this is the one with the shiny. Why does the base Pokemon have to be the one that affects the shiny overall? It's really sad though because what was it? Was it Kyurem? Yeah, it was a Kyurem. I can't get it. I cannot get a fused shiny Kyurem though because one of the Pokemon that combines it though is the shiny, but the Kyurem is not a shiny. I think it was a shiny Rashiram. Yeah. Let's see if I go to Pokédex. Come on, load up. Now, why do you not? I, you do not show anything. Yeah, so I can't. I can't. Let's see if I go. I hate when it does that. But yeah, I have a shiny Rostrum though, but it doesn't matter though because the base is the one that has to be the shiny one though, not the fusion component Pokemon there. I do like that a little bit better though than its default though. And why I don't have it though, I do like the shiny Zekrom too though. But the neon glowing one though. Also, I don't like the fact though that for them though that if you was to separate them, you would better find some more special resource that what was those things called? Ah, well, the shards or whatever. Now, Ice Burn is all right, but For some of them, it makes it difficult. I don't know how that is even possible. I heard my thing. Okay, there it goes. Ooh, a shiny piggy. Will I get shiny piggy over here? Hope I can get shiny piggy. Blinky. I better throw something at it. No, wait. I'll throw this instead. See, this is all it is. It's just a regular pig with a muddy face. I know that ever since Generation 1, though, they've been introducing, quote, monsters, but you're just bringing up Pokemon that are based on normal animals. Ha! Aha! Blink. 1, 2, 3. Blink, 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 blink. And the thing is, though, since there are two differences, though, because of male and female. Eesh. That means I would have to go collect the other one now. Blink. I need to start looking for the shiny JPGs, though, so whenever I do that, I can go back to where I used to do, where once I get at least one shiny, though, I switch it. And look, this is just a clean pig with a slightly lighter shade of pink. Oink. Which is ironic, considering its attacks are mud related. Boink, boink. I mean, not ironic that it does match the attack, but I'm just saying it still attacks you with mud, but it now is cleansed there. So I guess maybe its skin is oily enough to resist it or something. I don't know. I'm not a Pokemon biologist. Ah, there's more piggies. I know it's already down to 2 right here, so I'm just gonna do this. 1, 2, 3 piggies. Good thing I had enough dust. Yeah, I really wish they would fix the effects on some of this. Oh yeah, I forgot. I turned down the or not turned off the refresh though, didn't I? Yeah, I did. There we go. Now it'll be slightly smoother. You know, for a certain amount of time though, I never knew about that option on the refresh rate until what was it, a year and a half ago? I started messing around with it. I was like, how did I miss that? Much better. Boink. I'm gonna have to close this and bring it back up though, but oh well. I'm pretty sure I can do that. There's nothing on my home screen that's might hurt somebody's feelings, I guess. Let me do this right now. Diamond. Okay. Oh look, I play Monopoly Go. Oh no. Oh yeah, I forgot to do something else. That didn't help though, did it? See, what happens if I push this button? Just a warning, I'm going to push a button on my recording program, so it may just cut it. Am I still there? I think I'm still there. Oh, it didn't do anything? I better check this out though. No? No, stable. Yeah, stable. No loss there. Why couldn't you do that before, streaming program? That's the ability. I got some little piggies over here. Does anybody notice that kangaroo's tail pretty long? I know somebody though that speaking about going back to Genghis Khan there and the lack of no males. Oh, there we go. Finally, we got a special background. Well, please. Ah, no, I must have near worse stats. But I know somebody there that years ago, not shiny though, and they had their own interpretation of what a male Kangaskhan would be though. And I'm thinking about actually going to the one I did. Actually, I shouldn't have done that one though. And change it up a bit though, and then post it on my art account on Twitter though. 1, 2, 3. Ah, that's two little piggies. Are you a boy or are you a girl? Let's see here. You're another male. Oink. I need a female so I can get two different shiny ones. Switch to recent. Because this was a male, right? Yeah, it was a male. I like it though. If you pull it down, you can see the whole image though too. It just slides right here on the border. Like you can see it. There it goes. When it comes back though, you can see where the border is to that background. There. But when you see it though, you only see like about a half of it. One little, two little, three little piggies. That's kind of funny because I'm not sure if I mentioned this before in a prior Pokemon related video or video where it's just me talking about Pokemon in general. When I was watching, what was it? Oh yeah, Pokemon Horizons though, and they had an episode where the characters go to a festival that involves nothing but pigs, and of course, it's what you expect—a lot of pigs. But there was one that kind of threw me off though. I know the classification though, but it still threw me off though because I didn't expect it to actually be there listed though. But one moment, I'm just clearing my throat. Anyways, in the episode though, one of the Pokemons that I seen in the background, actually technically two, but one was an evolution of the other one, and that would be Mankey and Primeape. I know the classification is pig monkey, but I thought that's because they have like a pig-like snout there, and not actually are supposed to be pigs. But because this is a festival night episode that's dedicated to nothing but pigs, swines, and everything else, and I'm thinking, huh. So it's a monkey, but it's also a pig, according to them. And I thought it was somebody trying to sneak in. Yeah, it's a pig. Look at its nose. Hmm. What? But then again, though, Pokemon Company or whoever's in charge of the script set the rules. It does remind me official artwork. I think a few years ago, in which they had different cats. Those that are those that are actually marked as clearly as cats. So no legendary beast though, because they don't want to go through that again. But they had I guess it's supposed to be an official artwork though, in which it shows various cats there, like Sprigatito and such. And there was one though that caught people off guard there, and that was Trubbish, because it was like the only non-cat-looking Pokemon there that was showing. So that got people wondering: is Trubbish supposed to be a cat? Because there was a Malwith though. And there's your Litten and all the other cats, and then you just got this pile of literal trash. So I don't know what that's trying to imply, but okay. Ooh, another shiny. I'm still taking it regardless if it's male or female, but I really was hoping to get the other one. Okay, throw another silver though, just to be sure. One, two, three. Three. There we go. Now I got the female. Wait. Before I do that though, here's the funny part though. This usually only shows you the shiny. Now based on certain things though. Sometimes it will show you the shiny for certain form that you shouldn't be possible though. So this is male and female. Let's see here. Well, you don't make no difference, but you on the other hand. Yeah, see, there's no shiny female though. Here's what's funny though. The male, right? This is the male? Yeah, it's the male. The male can show you the 100% lucky XL and double XL. Small and large. Female is like normal or shiny. How do you want it? I'm like, okay. But you can clearly see here, it already shows you the shiny because it's listed as such. There's little quirks like that too. There, like for example, if you get one of the shiny Galarian birds, but you never got the shiny normal Cantonian birds, it still counts it though. It won't show you on your list though, but for some reason, it counts it. There we go. I can definitely see the dark pink marking on your eyes. Actually, before I do that, yeah, I can see it right there though, but the shiny one's more. So does this mean that you can't get the 100% and the extremely large or small size for a female? Hmm. We'll just toss her in now. Oh yeah, I did also see the episode of the two different Oinkalons there in Horizons. And it also definitely showed you the gender of one of the main characters' Pokemon too. There, so that's one way you can tell male or female if it's not one of those Pokemon that's obvious. What was it called? Gender dimorphism, though, where they have different variants in them. Now, some of them are obvious, though, like the unpheasant line, though, and this pig. So, some you have to kind of look closely. I mean, Torchic, for example, you can't tell unless you look closely at his backside, though, because Torchic males have a little pixelated dot, though. And there's some that you just flat out can't tell, though. So whenever you watch an anime and somebody has one of those characters, you can't tell because there is really no difference. You have to wait till somebody uses an ability that causes attraction. Ah, dang it. Boink. Oh, I need to charge up this phone, don't I? Yikes. 17%. This whole time I thought I was charging it, then I realized the charger wasn't in. Okay, there. My bad. Okay, so that's 3 shinies, though, and 1 background. Yikes. Watch out, Junior's going to climb up that pole. Yeah, you better pick him up. Or her up, though, because there's no such thing as a male Kangaskhan, at least not as of this recording. Okay, I think I'll do Palkia one more time. Nope, I almost hit the wrong button. Nope, I almost hit the wrong button again. Stop looking at the wrong button. Now, you might notice, though, that even though that the main Community Day segment, though, first segment I'm going to call it, though, is only up until 5 o'clock p.m. local time, though. You might notice, though, that the incense, which is active right now, it still shows an additional almost 2 hours more. Because technically, though, they did a change, I think sometime last year or 2 years ago, in which now you can keep going, though. But the thing is, if you want some more of those Pokemon that you were trying to get for Community Day, you need to find the corresponding gym towers and defeat them, which will activate a certain amount of time, if I remember right, though, where you can capture the particular Pokemon in and around near the towers. Or gyms, in this case, I should say. I saw call them towers because technically, if they were a little bit more to scale, they'll probably just be giant towers. Especially if you look at the trailers for Pokemon Go as well. Oh, well, yeah, there was some news. I almost forgot though for Pokemon Go. When it comes down to Mega Evolutions, but older ones though, like X and Y old, they're finally going to release X and Y Mewtwo. Of course, depending on if and whenever somebody sees this, though, it should technically be out though. But imagine though if they were able to do X and Y versions of Armored Mewtwo from the updated version of Pokemon movie with that art with that jet black armor. That would have been something though. But anyways though, so that should be coming up though. And if I remember right, those are going to be one of the specialty type max raids though that they introduced when they brought in Victory Bell and Malamar for their mega forms. Let's see, I want to make sure there's no piggies around here first. I like how even I have that thing active though, still nothing though. Okay, and you're gonna mega evolve. Evolve, not evolve. I always say that wrong. Okay, Victory Bell. Or Victory, like I call it. Here's the funny thing is though, even though it shows it's like the tallest, for some reason when you mega evolve it, it considers it as, at least for me, it changes up to the double XL size. I think that can't be right, but okay. Now you might notice though, some of these mega evolved Pokemon, or prior ones that are mega evolved, has 3 rankings though. But this one has 4 though, because they introduced a new type of thing though. If I go over here, apparently you should be able to expand these somehow, at least based on what they're saying, but might be miswording it with them. This right here has a typical boost rate. Bonuses though, more candy, better catch rate, more XL candy, and so forth though. And the highest level, at least according to this though, is max. But for other ones though, their specialty rates though, they're more classified along the lines of high tier raids there, even though they're star ranking or monster ranking. They say star, but it's always that default Rhydon face. Anyways, they have 4 rankings though. So it looks like the same though. And I'm not going to mention about the Primo versions of Kyogre or Groudon though, because apparently they're their own little thing though too though. But as you can see here, it's typically the same though for these. Oh yeah, I need to do you one more time. And then you can get over here, Super Max though. Now, while the third rank will get you a 3-day cooldown period, so to speak, though, Super Max has you get a day break instead, and more combat power. I'm not going to say the initials up because on YouTube there they think that might represent something else. And then you can see though that let's see, that Mega Energy cost is still about the same, but it could actually be a little different than that. More XP bonus though. Yeah, the make level for the Candy XL looks about the same. But yeah, getting this though, yikes. Lucky for me, I technically had this, as you can see, 2023 though, so it was my only shiny one. I was like, oh, I want to get that. And so when they introduced those, I think they're called Elite Max Raids or Super Max Raids, one of the two. And lucky for me because I was able to get invited to one and got enough to Mega Evolve my shiny. It has crummy stats, yeah, but it's a shiny though, and I like Mega evolving shiny monster. Let's see, I'll go back over to it real quick again. Well, I like to Mega Evolve it too, I guess. Yeah, it's crummy, not super bad though. Like some of the people call Nundos, but star 1-star ranking, yeah, it's kind of funny though. Blah. Let's take smell this. Imagine if James was able to keep his victory bell during the time of the new Mega Evolution, though. I think probably swallowed him whole there. but in a friendly manner. I'm thinking, that don't sound right. That's one thing about James, though. Yeah, I get Jesse and James on Team Rocket do care for the Pokemon. They're not go over there and force them to, though, like Butch and Cassidy and other team members would. But the thing is that even when getting strangled by his own Pokemon, James don't care. He's the type of guy that he rather gets himself harmed though than to let his own Pokemon know. Even though that a lot of his Pokemon are fully capable of taking hits themselves there, but yeah. Now to go against creepy Kitty over here. Speaking about cats though, I think it's kind of funny in some ways though. When so there's some people, understandably, if they don't play as much Pokemon, they stop at a certain point though of a specific generation though. But there's still some that don't realize this Pokemon is a cat. What cat though is particularly, haha, particularly is based on is a Scottish fold cat. Luckily, those cats don't have psychic powers that I'm aware of. Did my sound go off again? I don't punch you 6 times. I did one time. Boing. Punch. I wonder how this would look like if it actually had like attached arms. Koopa's always such a danger. That's why in the ZA DLC though, it's just there. This evil genie over here. Or one that is not evil, but mischief. Mischief. Ah, words that should be easily said but can't be said, apparently. Mischief. Mischief. That's what it was. Mischievous. Stop moving. Stop moving. Of course I wouldn't move, though. I was supposed to be able to see before things happen. I mean, imagine this, though. Cats can already move faster than a human, though, but a cat that can see before you move, it's even more dangerous. Okay, be right back. I think somebody's outside for me, though. So right now, just I'll take care of it. My King's Con running around. Almost done. One time I have a big target to get the excellent. I messed up. So having some minor connection issues over here. Yep. It's now 5 o'clock, so that means the first part of community day event is over with. Okay. Come on. Close this. Open this. No, close this. Okay, so we got a grand total of 3 shinies though, one with background. Too bad it wasn't a shiny with background, but then again. Okay, that's pretty much it though for community day event featuring LeChonk, the mighty face normal pig there, especially shiny version though. Anyways, that's all for now. I don't know if I should really show anything else on research shows. Playing catch up with it though. Okay, that's pretty much it though. Thanks for watching though. If you want to watch more of this at another time though, feel free though, because there is a list of various community day events that I have done prior in a list, and which I may or may not ever really connect it to there, but it should be in the playlist. And I'll be back next time for something else Pokemon related though. Not quite sure what that is, but hopefully I'll be doing the next community event. I don't know who it is quite yet because I don't think they revealed it yet as of this recording though. But meanwhile, look at this. This kangaroo is so big though I probably can jump in there too. Wow. Okay, that is all. Thanks for watching and Welcome to follow on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube. Later. Let's see. At least this time I didn't get disconnected though. Counting in 3, 2, 1.